dear children. Children, today we are going to start chapter number 12, Water and Soil, and this is the first video of our chapter. So let's see the details, the things we are going to learn in this chapter. First, we will see about the introductory of this chapter, then we will see about water resources, then we will see different means of irrigation, that is canals and wells. So let's start first with the introductory part chapter. Children, water is very essential for life to survive on earth. Right, children? Whether we are human beings, whether we are plants, animals, bird, everyone needs water to survive. It is one of our basic needs. Basic need means very important need without which we cannot survive. Water is used for drinking, clothing, cooking, bathing, washing, and many other purposes, right? So there are different other means through which we use the waters, and it has become very essential part of our life. But do you know that it is also used for growing crops? Yes, we all know that without water, without rainfall, we cannot have the crops. You have read in the previous class that two-thirds of the earth's surface is covered with water, but only a small portion of the water present on earth is fit for drinking. Children, if you can see the image in the first one, everything blue colored is water. But the portion which is cut in the pizza shape, that is dark blue color, that is the fresh water which is only available for drinking. Now, can you imagine, out of so much water, we are having only a small portion of water to drink. Rest of the water is mixed in the ocean and it becomes salty water. We cannot drink that water, right? So let's see what are the different resources through which we can get the water to use. Now, water which is used by us for drinking, cooking, and other such purposes is called fresh water. I already told you that there is a small amount of water which is only available for drinking and cooking purposes, and that water which we can drink and which we can use for cooking, that is called fresh water. It The main source of fresh water is rainfall. Yes, it's very pure. Rainfall is very much pure, and we cannot have no mixing in that water, or there is no pollution in it. It is a fresh water. There are different sources from where we get rainfall or where we get water basically. See, yes, through rainfall we can get the water. But what are the other sources through which we can get the water? These sources are categorized into two groups: surface water and groundwater. So, there are two main sources of the water, that is surface water. Let's see first about surface water. Water which is present on Earth's surface is called surface water, like rivers, water bodies, ponds, seas, oceans, and glaciers. These are the surface water, means which we can see, which is above the ground and which we can see, and which is on the earth's surface. That is called surface water. Water which is present beneath the surface of the earth or under the ground is called groundwater. It's very simple. The water which is below the ground, which is under the surface of the earth, it is called groundwater, and which is above the surface of the earth, or which we can say that which is on earth's surface, it is called surface water. Right? So the rivers, oceans, lakes are surface water, and the water which is under the ground, it is called groundwater. In our country, farmers mainly depend on rainfall for growing crops, but the distribution of rainfall varies from one region to another. Children, yes, it is very, very true. Can you tell me, is it true if I say that Gujarat is having same rainfall as much as it rains in Rajasthan? No, right? It is not correct. Everywhere, every region has different rainfall and it varies from region to region. Farmers face challenges while growing crops as they need fresh water supply. Crops cannot be grown in seawater or ocean water. It requires fresh water supply, and thus fresh water is supplied to the field through the process of irrigation. Means when we supply the fresh water to the fields, that is to the farms for growing the crops, that process of supplying the fresh water is known as irrigation. Let us read about different means of irrigation used in India. Canals are long passages dug in the ground for carrying water from rivers to the field. Means what, children? That canals are there. Those canals are used to carry the water from river to the field. Let's revise. Irrigation means supplying water to the farm. Now, in the farm, when we want to supply the water for growing crops, and we are supplying it through the long passages dug, that is known as canal. It is one of the mode of irrigation. They are an important means of irrigation in the northern plains and delta region. Children, their northern plains and delta region have canals, and they use it for the purpose of farming, and that canal river water the field. A well is a dug is a hole dug in the ground to obtain groundwater. We all know wells. We already have seen the wells, right? And what is well? If I can ask you in exam that what is well, define well. Then well is a hole that is dug in the ground to obtain the groundwater. How we can have the groundwater for drinking purposes? So through well we can have it. It is dug in places where water is found deep below the earth's surface. Yes, obviously, if there is no water, there is no meaning of digging the ground. If we know that below the earth's surface, there is a plenty of water available, then we should dug that place. And when we dug that place, we make a hole over that. Groundwater can be obtained, and that hole is known as well. Sometimes a tube is sunk into these holes and water is brought to the surface with the help of a pump. This is called tube well. Children, well, in simple well, we basically what we do, that we have a bucket in it and put a bucket in it, and then we take the water out through with the help of pulling the rope. But in some places, what is done? Tube is brought to the surface with the help of pump. This is called tube well. Can you see in picture how it works? This is a tube well. Okay. It is common in peninsular India, particularly in Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka. But what? Tanks. Tanks are built in areas where water is collected during monsoon. These means of irrigation is practiced where it is quite difficult to dig a well. The place where we cannot dig the well, what we can do? We can store the rainwater. All the tanks can store the rainwater during the monsoon, and when there is no water available, we can use these tanks, and we can use the tank water for the irrigation purpose. And where it is commonly found? It is commonly found in Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. These states of India have tank irrigation in common. Now next is dam. Dams are useful to us in many. They provide water for irrigation, they help to control the flood, they also generate hydroelectricity. What is hydroelectricity? Hydroelectricity means electricity generated from water. That is known as hydroelectricity. So, water is used to generate electricity, then it's used for irrigation purpose, then dams are used to control the floods also. So, when dams serve more than one purpose, They are called multi-purpose projects. What it means that when the one thing is used for more than one purpose, it is known as multi-purpose. In the same way, dam serves more than one purpose, so it is known as multi-purpose project. Many such multi-purpose projects have been introduced in India. Some of these are listed below. See, there are many such dams like Bhakra Nangal Dam that is built on Satluj River in Himachal Pradesh. Then Damodar Valley Project, it is in West Bengal on Damodar River. Sardar Sarovar Dam, which is in Gujarat on Narmada River. Nagarjun Sagar Dam, built across River Krishna, that lies between Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. So these are some multi-purpose projects which have been found in India. So children, that's all about today's video. We have seen the different sources of water and how we can use the different means of water for irrigation purpose. In the next video, we'll go ahead with some more interesting things of this chapter. Till then, everyone take care of yourself. Bye bye.